Unified Magic Part 13.
So we got supernaturalspirit.com, Magic School, and .org for the seminar and the magic kit. So next we're looking at Temfioth, which is this one, between Gabora and I think that's Chesed, and it says in Kenneth Grant's book, connected with the tarot trump of Lust and Strength. So this is the backside of Lust and Strength, or the inverse. So in this tunnel of Temfioth, the magical coupling of the woman and the beast occurs. So this is your Rosemary's Baby coupling, and this is where any woman, light worker, that strays in will get raped by the beast, which is 666, and her progeny satanized, giving drug-addled, demented, mad children, something which afflicts A-listers. Doris Day had her son dying before her, and we've got various other youngsters who are off their heads from A-list Kabbalites who have been studying the Rothschild rabbi's mincing machine and getting possessed, sucked dry, and generally screwed over. In the tunnel of Temfioth, we've got unbridled lust, symbolized by the black cat of the sabbatic mysteries. So this is first of all where the Eyes Wide Shut crowd get their unbridled lust, and if you look at Eyes Wide Shut, they're all wearing beast masks for their coupling. So this Temfioth is the one that they're invoking in their Eyes Wide Shut rituals, all with their little beast masks. And this path is that of training wild beasts, which are all of the Goyim and outer elect Jews, fed into the meat grinder by the Rothschilds and the rabbis to have their frequency lowered so they can get dumped into the Kaplothic realms down here and into the seven hells to be processed by the rabbis and the Rothschilds and the things that are in them. But they've got high frequency, the Illuminati and OTO and Freemasons and light workers and the rest of them. So they have to be have their frequency lowered. So their frequency is lowered by coupling with the beast, and Eyes Wide Shut then gets them here, and the whole purpose of it is to lower them down to the Yesodic backside of the tree, which is the gateway to the hell realms. So Dat you get from the front side. To get to the front side again and all the hell realms, you get to Yesod, which is all about losing your soul, becoming a shell. Because to get into the Kaplothic realm, you have to have your soul subtracted from you to become a shell. A shell is something without a soul, a Rothschild or a rabbi, which then has something in it. In this case, one of these entities. And if you're OTO, of course, it's the spider and its little spiders, which we'll talk about later. So we've got the woman dominant bridling and directing the insensate passions, the Scarlet Woman. This would be the High Priestess, or in Wide Awake, the whores that are used, the nude whores, and the guy with the big staff in red which is Gabora, the nasty Sephiroth, banging his staff, you see wide awake, would be invoking Tempioth to possess the vermin who've been lured into the meat grinder, which is this big Rothschild chateau, mansion, where they're having the ritual. And of course, the Rothschilds in return get loads of wealth, become the world's wealthiest family by selling all the humans who might be a problem to these entities, high frequency humans, into the meat grinder to be shelled and tortured for all eternity down here in the Klipothic realm. So it's a very good thing to do, and I'd recommend anyone to join the Illuminati, Freemasons, OTO, Rosicrucians, light workers and the rest of them, so that they're processed and all the energy comes to me. And if you've ever been in this, then of course you need to be freed. Think of it as in C space and H space and time-like space, a giant structure that's been placed there, bang, and like in the Cube films, you're locked in there, trapped, and you go from one cube to the next trying to get out. There's only one way out, which most people can never find. And when you're in there, there's loads of things there that feed off you, suck you dry, possess you, and then process you, rip your soul out, lower your frequency down to here, and then you go to the front side again, which is the Klipothic realm down here. All good. So highly recommended for everyone, all of the light workers and all of the Illuminati and the so-called magicians and occultists and witches. So think of this structure sitting there in an underground car park where all the hell realms are, and we have all the Saw movies done to your shell, your awareness. Because once the realm of shells is the entities without a soul, so that would be anything where you look behind the eyes, like Theresa May, or a Gove, or a Hillary Clinton, or a Katy Perry. They're all got nothing behind the eyes because their soul's gone. In the African and Voodoo system, this is the place of the serpent deities Dangbe, Dagba, and the python god Salawanga. Dangbe or Dambala is consecrated to Idowedo, the goddess of the rainbow. So you see loads of rainbow stuff in Illuminati and A-list videos. So the tunnel is that of the serpents that rise in the cauldron of the witches at the Sabbath of Set. So one can think of the serpents being aspects of the beast and going up every orifice and munching away at your soul, lowering the frequency up every orifice. Women have got one more orifice, but they go down every orifice, and the whole purpose is to lower your frequency to there and then pop you through. And popping through is done by magical copulation with the beast. So you're raped by the beast, dragged down, and butt fucked into hell. All good. Join the Illuminati. I recommend it highly. And the phenomenon of lightning, symbolic of the serpent's flickering tongue, also pertains to the tunnel of Tempioth, and the sudden spasm of orgasm that it represents is the mudra or magical gesture of the cult of the spermatozoan. So what they do is infect your orgasm, so every time you have an orgasm your frequency drops. Oh, that's good. So you have the fully corrupted, infected orgasm. So please join the Illuminati to get the ultimate satanic orgasm. And a stroke is the typical disease of this path. So Margaret Thatcher with a stroke was certainly afflicted because Thatcher's husband was a high-level Freemason, etc., etc. So remember, your partner can get infected, and then when you copulate with your partner, the beast goes into you, and the serpents go into you, which of course is depicted by the Garden of Eden. So the serpents from the Garden of Eden, Samael, that is infected by having sex with Eve is this tunnel. And when she then has sex with Adam, he gets infected. And they get lowered down and dumped into the Klipothic realm, the realm of shells, which is where the humans are. You're only food stuff for intradimensional and extra-dimensional entities that feed off you. And here we have all of the sex rites of the OTO discussed in detail, which we can go over with sex magic at another time. Next one we go to is number 10, the opposite of the hermit. So that would be the snowflake who has to surround himself with loads of company. Always got to have people around them to be self-validated. There we go. Let's see what this tunnel thing is on this diagram. Find the damn thing. There we are. Oh, that's good.
Can't bump it off.
Number 20. Oh, there we are. So here we are, number 20. Yamatu. And it's the wrong way round, so all of you OTO and Illuminati and magicians and all of you ascended masters and all the rest of you wanks have been going down the wrong tunnel, because in fact it should be the opposite side, which is fun. So you see why you're all being processed by the Rothschilds and the rabbis. There we are, number 20 is there. So it's good having a map, isn't it, where you got the wrong map, and whatever good stuff you try and do in the tunnels of Set turns out to be the bad stuff. And if you try to do bad stuff to people, then in fact you're helping your enemies by agreeing to be fully screwed over in the most satanized way by doing the wrong rituals. Isn't it good? So you see the Rothschild rabbis are breeding total chaos.
Utter madness.
No, it's good. I enjoy it. And the symbol for this thing is there. That's the symbol for Yamatu. These come from Crowley, and then the one before, which we didn't give you, I think we did. Yeah. So this is the opposite of the hermit. Right. So we've got immortality in the flesh is one of the aims of the Black Brothers. Black Brothers are my lot. We wander around here and with total impunity, doing what we want. And our form of magic is, instead of doing a magic ritual and all the associated paraphernalia, which we'll go over in later films, ceremonial magic and your wand and your altar and your incense and your time of the day and planetary blah blah blah, just super complicated. Then doing your ritual and toning here and intoning there and intoning there and intoning there and shaking your incense and doing this and doing that, the magic sword and the pentacle, blah 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 blah. You simply do nothing, because this universe B is all about going into the dark sea of awareness, the quantum vacuum, with your intent. So I want to destroy the Rothschilds, go into the quantum vacuum, release. I want to destroy Theresa May and the Tory party, release. I want to see the UK smashed to pieces and Scotland independent and total anarchy in the UK, released. I want to see all the stuff I do on psychic warfare. It's a whole different, it's the opposite of magic, and then your whole entire ritual, the day, the month, the specific killings, all done afterwards. So it's the Black Brothers are the complete opposite of the magicians, and that is the basis of psychicwarfare.com. But magic works as well, but it's just more harder work. And of course, if you're into the Black Brotherhood, then you're definitely the left-hand path. So for all of you light workers, please keep channeling your extraterrestrial aliens and getting minced up to feed us. So I recommend everyone becomes a light worker. Immortality in the flesh is one of the aims of the Black Brothers. The idea arose not only from the natural urge to protect the ego from the impact of death, with its consequent disruption of conscious identity, but also from a misinterpretation of the doctrine of the death posture, exemplified by the cult of the mummy in ancient Chem. In this connection, Michael Bertio, writing on astral machines, so in the astral realm you can build machines. So I'm always talking about building things in C space and H space and time-like space and scalar space and solitonal space and 5-dimensional space. So astral machines, you simply build things in the astral plane, which these occultists, remember they're not scientists and wouldn't know science if it hit them on the head, call the astral realm and the etheric realm, and there's realm after realm of these things. So refers to magicians who endeavour to achieve immortality on the astral plane. Remember we built that building where you can go in and heal yourself.
Sublime Good building.
Yeah. So that's would be called by a magician an astral machine. Instruments like this insulate against the changes of time, and it has been known that such instruments have been used by occultists to preserve themselves or hold themselves on the astral plane against the onward tide of evolution. And as one can see, if you look at Katy Perry in her 365 video and compare her to Never Really Over video, in about 2-3 months she's aged about 10 years. Now she just looks like a normal 30-year-old woman, mid-30s, gone plump, face gone plump. Compare her to last year, so you can actually see the effect of sucking out all the good stuff from an Uber witch, because remember, her and Bloom were there promoted by the Rothschild rabbis to be the spiritual king and queen of the Illuminati. I was going to be burnt alive by Theresa May on the instructions of the Rothschilds. She was going to get loads of money with her husband, all sorted out, all done. And of course now with the hellization of the Tory party and Theresa May and the government in anarchy and Labour Party going to take over, as you can see, the Rothschild rabbis have been screwed on a epic level, never to survive. So the tunnel Kabbalists ascribe, this tunnel is the demons they ascribe to this are the Saphiron, the Scratchers. So the Scratchers would be the vermin that scratch around for a buck, a fast buck, which would be the whole capitalist system. The Scratchers, scratching around. And you can see it in the third world cesspits, where they're scratching around in rubbish heaps, scratching around for minerals, scratch. That's the whole demonic possession. Got to find things. Scratch. Make a buck. Make a fast buck. The doughboys of the world, always scratching.
Saw a lot of that in Zimbabwe last year.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
The light or secret seeds concealed within the body suggest the idea of invisibility, and this is the magical city attributed to this ray, as also is parthenogenesis. So for those of you who don't know what parthenogenesis is, it's replicating yourself without sex. And invisibility, we know if the tunnel of Set, this power gives you invisibility, and that would be the power that Taylor's using in her Delicate video, trying to get the public to power her to be invisible when she's doing psychic stuff on people. The tarot trump attributed to this ray is that of the hermit who carries the lamp and staff. Ta-da. And one of the witches emailed us that my name in Chaldean, the Tim refers to the hermit, and Rifat, the lightning struck tower. But since I'm the opposite side of the tree, being a black brother, then it's the inverse hermit. Loads of people. And the inverse lightning struck tower, which is, yeah, I destroy civilizations, destroy the West, destroy companies, destroy the Illuminati, destroy. So I'm a one-man wrecking crew, a strategic Wreck-It Ralph. So what you're seeing with the building the rabbis have built in the underground car park is I'm destroying it, wiping it out, dropping a nuke into the underground car park, and then rebuilding a new super improved Trump Tower where you've got to pay admission to get any of these qualities, powers, etc. So as you can see, it's a normal human territory. Obliterate what the rabbis and the Rothschilds have built, build my own stuff, and then you have to pay for entry. A new occult Disney World. So carries the staff, symbolic of the hidden light, or the light expressed in darkness, which is the dark sun of the tunnels of Set. He is the magus of the voice of power, so I can talk the hind legs of a donkey and get people to do what I want. But in his clepothic reflex, he becomes the utterer of the word of death. Oh, that's good, psychic warfare, cursing people. I'm going to kill you, Serena Rothschild. I'm going to destroy you, Theresa May, and your Tory party. And I'm going to destroy the UK, get it split up, get Scotland going, you know, then destroy the EU. So you can see that's the word of death. Imprisoned in the corpse and not permitted to realise its identity with space, cosmic consciousness. Yeah, the vampire. Vampires are walking corpses, aren't they? So if you look at my vampire technology, there you see it. To be trapped in this tunnel is to suffer the death in life of petrification. The typical disease is paralysis, and the inclusion of all anaphrodisiacs amongst the list of vegetable drugs ascribed to this ray again suggests the anti-vital nature of its sterilizing influences. So if you look at Westerners, you can see the petrification, and all of the A-listers who go to their eyes wide shut, you can see them petrified because their faces are so Botoxed, they're petrified. So you can actually see the face of an A-lister. No movement. It's, you know, completely. Once they get into their 50s, because remember, A-listers and Americans are absolutely habituated on youth, and unfortunately, going into Kabbalah and the tunnels of Set, you've got so many things feeding off you, sucking you dry, possessing you, hellizing you, giving you the satanic orgasm that Eve gave to Adam to imprison you in hell. That gives you the fucked up A-listers. And look at A-listers like Cher, totally petrified. Next one we come to is, these names I think come from Crowley actually, doesn't matter. Whatever they are, we just feed them into the triangle of art, suck them dry. So all of these, you simply call them up, stick them in the triangle of art, stick them in your orb, get the wand, or if you've got a staff, you can use a staff instead. What's the purpose? Well, what we're doing is getting more and more and more energy, more and more energy. The more energy you've got, the more you can do. And as we explained with the exponential function, the more energy you've got, the quicker you go up the exponential function to where it goes vertical, and your will becomes reality, which is Thelemic magic, or the witches, their will becomes reality. And of course, as a black brother, the problem is so-called karma. So let's get the orb. we've got a orb, and the good thing about Katy Perry, she was supposed to be the queen of the Illuminati, and Bloom was supposed to steal my position, and the rabbis and the Rothschilds preeminent. So the entire rabbis, Rothschilds, Katy Perry, Bloom, all the Jews, all of the whole structure of the Illuminati based on that, their entire civilization, everything, all the entities, all sucked in, and they suffer for my karma. And it's a threefold path for witches, which Perry believes in, being the Uber witch, so we get 3 times more. So whatever I do, 3 times more damage is done to them via the Perry. And we haven't brought in Amalek and the reptiloids that eat the Jews and hellize them, which is the backside of the Klipothic tree. So there's a Klipothic tree and there's a backside to it, which is the realm of Amalek, the reptiloids and the vampires, which is yet again my realm. That's why Thormiel is a double-headed god. You've got the Jew god and the other god, which always wins. This way, up ascending the Kabbalistic tree, giving your energy away to Adonai, the Elohim, etc., which is also down here. So they meet around the back. So all of those who ascend to the top, fight through all the struggles. The white magician, like a Christ, or a Julian Assange, or a Buddha, are all doomed, because their so-called Godhead is the mad god that makes them one of the screaming faces on the mad god. Hence Buddha, poisoned to death. Christ, nailed to the cross. Assange, microwaved in Belmarsh prison and facing a free US holiday camp for the rest of his life. And we know US holiday camps are wonderful places. That's why I don't go to America. So let's put our orb down there. So here we've got Gasiats. This is the inverse of the Wheel of Fortune. So highly recommended for the vermin who want to be paupers, wage slaves, snowflakes who'll never pay off their student loans. So this is that realm, and it is number 11, which would be 21 on this. So this fucktard can't even put the right numbers up. So there we are. It's 21. He's got 11 there and then 21 on his diagram, because he's a fucktard. These occultists, not being scientists, have no rhyme or reason, no brains. Left is right, right is left, and it must be right because when we look it up on Wikipedia, it says that, and Wikipedia is always right, isn't it? It isn't, of course, an NSA program to pump out utter shit to the masses.
Okay.
It's got, you know, the absolute truth is on Wikipedia, isn't it? According to all these fucktards. So Kurgasiak, number 11, that's 21, which is here. Yeah. And on the diagram, as you can see, opposite side. So all of the occultists, all of the OTO and the Freemasons and the Illuminati and all of the ascending flame black magicians in America have all been going up the wrong path. And of course, all of them from the American ascending flame black magician experts, they all think these tunnels are on the backside of the Klipothic realm. Well, they're not. They're actually on the backside of the upper tree.